The Healthy Soils Service was introduced as a way for farmers to be able to gauge a sort of a baseline level for where their soils are in terms of health. And we can come onto farm and sort of give them a benchmark level for how their soils are performing, what sort of state they're in. So we'll go into, we pick 1, 2, 3 fields, we may even do the whole farm. The service is quite flexible. And we will then perform our Healthy Soils assessment, which includes a physical soil assessment with a number of different tests involved in that, looking at biological factors as well, so earthworm numbers, soil biology, and we will then also take a soil sample for an in-depth lab analysis, which is the chemical part. So it's the biological, the physical and the chemical, 3 aspects that make up the Healthy Soils assessment.
We found over the last few years that yields have plateaued, and that's why we called in outside help to give advice on our soil health. Certainly as a landowner, the best way to start the process is to carry out a doomsday study so you know exactly what your starting point is. From that, and with the detailed report that Hutchinsons gave us, we then could actually roll out a programme best suited to the soil, our current state of health, and also what crops we were producing here. Working with the first report is we found that actually the soil was not in bad condition. However, you can always improve things. And certainly part of our future-proofing programme is to up the organic matter content in the soil as well as the biodiversity. And it's those 2 aspects which we're really concentrating on by using cover crops and also minimum tillage.
It's really important that we assess our soils at the right time of year. We generally carry out the Healthy Soils assessments end of February, March, perhaps the beginning of April, when soils have been at their wettest and they're beginning to dry out. The reason we do that is if you try and assess soils when they're too dry, you can come to conclusions that are completely wrong. For instance, subsoiling. A lot of people like to go out and look at their fields after harvest to make decisions about subsoiling for the following year. But when they're bone dry, you're naturally going to assume there's an issue when actually there isn't. So soil moisture and having enough of it when we do these assessments is critical.
Well, whilst our end goal will take many years to achieve, it is gratifying to see instantaneous results. And so within a season, 2 seasons, we're already seeing better water retention, we're seeing more organic matter, and actually we're seeing very good take-up of some of the crops. And my key objective is to be able to hand over the farm in better state than I took it on.